Hello and welcome to another edition of Better Minneapolis. I'm your host, Terry White. Today's issue is called Frey Derangement Syndrome. Accepting Frey as mayor is the first step to recovery. The easy part of writing this newsletter is that every week there is something new happening. Political personalities are in regular conflict. Proposals that are sometimes impractical and half-baked are routinely put forward for consideration. And once a year, a budget is submitted by the mayor and the county administrator that highlights the competing priorities of those who work in government and those who watch their actions closely. There are many topics we could cover, and some we cover on a more superficial basis than we'd like. Our work is constrained by time and resources. Our goal is to encourage discussion and find ways to make Minneapolis a better place to live for everyone. The difficult part of writing this newsletter is that we consume an inordinate amount of social media and, quote, news as we try to understand the zeitgeist of the city and its residents. It's unhealthy, and we know it. Judging by the conversations we read, we're not the only people in the city who spin into a stupor because of it. The number of content creators has grown exponentially, and they're competing for attention. Often, the quickest way to get it is by manufacturing controversy or trying to be the meanest or snarkiest commentator in the room. It turns out you have to be extremely petty and cruel to distinguish yourself in this morass of noise and outrage. Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey is a frequent target of this outrage. It doesn't matter what he does, there will be an unhinged wave of protest and mockery. The great ideal of social media bringing us together has proven false. Now, anyone, no matter how unwell or unstable, can start a channel and blast the public with hateful rhetoric. There is always an audience for outrage, conspiracy, and mockery. The latest attack on Frey, of which we've seen numerous versions, is over his dancing at the Black Entrepreneurial State Fair. Online commentators have been all over it, and it's even shown up in national news outlets. What we find telling is the contrast. The New York Post refers to him as leftist Mayor Frey, while local commentators call him an authoritarian and a fascist, language usually reserved for describing Trump. It's an impossible gauntlet we've created for politicians. We want them to be, quote, authentic, yet if they do anything that resembles spontaneity, they're skewered for it. What got lost in this latest fit of mockery is that Frey was promoting exactly what many on the left say they want more of: black opportunity and black-owned businesses. Whoever the mayor is, you want them to be the city's biggest advocate. You want a mayor who loves the city and spends every day promoting it across the country. While those with Frey derangement syndrome are busy attacking him, the city and region are falling behind. They act as though attracting jobs and people to the area isn't important. It is. There is serious work to be done in Minneapolis if Minneapolis is going to avoid a downward spiral. We are growing at less than the national average. A report from Greater MSP on our economic vitality shows that if we had kept pace with the national average, each household would be earning an additional $9,000 a year. A few findings deserve attention. Workers earning a family-sustaining wage were ranked 36th out of the top 50 metros. 8th grade students achieving math standards, 21% of black students, 20% of Hispanic students. Median cost of child care, $20,592, ranked 39th. New business establishments per 1,000 residents, ranked 43rd. Yearly job growth, 0.6%, ranked 35th. Top-tier corporate tax rate, 98%, ranked 50th of 50. The Portland Paradigm. Friday, we spoke with Andrew Hone, president of the Portland Chamber of Commerce. Like Minneapolis, Portland has a tremendous amount going for it, especially if you enjoy parks and the outdoors. At the same time, the city is struggling on several fronts, including commercial vacancies and new business creation. Portland has gone from being a high-flying economic engine to one that will require an enormous amount of hustle to bring back. The lesson Hohen tried to impart was that a city can't rely on what it once was. It has to adapt to current circumstances, and it has to work hard to stay competitive. Lampooning leaders has its place. We enjoy when Colin Jost portrays Pete Hegseth. By taking on the job of mayor, Jacob Frey made himself a legitimate target for criticism. But the relentless attacks tend toward the personal, and they seem to be a distraction from what must be the overarching goal, moving the city forward. Minneapolis must establish its identity. It can't be known for anarchy and strife if it wants to attract businesses and start growing again. Household budgets are down $9,000 because of our lack of focus. For a few households, that money won't be noticed, but for the rest of us, it translates into childcare, groceries, housing, and transportation. It means part-time jobs becoming full-time. It means being able to find a job in the first place. Those jobs pay the taxes that fund public housing and substance abuse treatment. They fund our parks and schools and keep the lakes clean. Post what you will, but ask yourself, is what you're doing helping the city? We need Black entrepreneurs. We need a variety of people willing to take risks on the city and this community. If what you're posting is motivated by a genuine desire to see Minneapolis thrive, we support you. Otherwise, go to the fair or a restaurant or the park. Thank you and have a good day.